feeling myself, acquiring wealth. This ain't no performance, I am enormous, expensive garments. Don't know if they lie, swallow my pride, and I vibe, and I just vibe. I'm back on the west, I do it no effort, so seem to impress. I'm pushing up daily to speak with my chest. It's not on my neck, it sums up the crest. I just be vibing.
Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man. Back with a blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button. I appreciate all the support, man. I got this blog I want y'all to check out. It's coming up right after this. It's an interview I got with ARP. You know, there's been a lot of talk about the Kayshawn situation, contracts, who's more in fault. You know, it's a lot of talk about if somebody misses a battle, what happens after that? Should the person that actually showed up to the battle and was ready still get paid? Should they have to do another battle, make up a battle? I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I was ready, I was here, I should, you know, it shouldn't be on me, I should still get my money, business as usual. I heard some people be like, okay, I understand that the league is gonna want to reschedule the battle. There's been a lot of back and forth on who's right, who's wrong. This interview is ARP breaking down why that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Because he's also on the side of, if a battler no shows from the battle, we're going to push the battle forward. You're not going to get your back end. Nobody gets their back end, basically, and we just push the battle forward. So he's going to explain to you pretty much why that's kind of standard in battle rap and why in battle rap that is the case. So when I sat down with him, I figured this is a great opportunity for someone that actually does contracts to explain exactly why that's standard process. Check this out. I want to talk about the Kayshawn situation, but not necessarily his situation, but I want to talk about like contracts in general, because I get so sick of people feeling like, okay, so I want to talk about contracts and just battlers no showing or not showing up, because I get hit up a lot when I do blogs and I talk about how a battler didn't do a particular battle, he still has to make up the battle. And I hear a lot of people saying, well, the league was still able to sell pay-per-view, they were still able to make money. The only person that didn't make money was the person that was ready and available. Why do they have to suffer when the league was still able to still do an event? And to me, that's not a good comparison, but I see people making that comparison a lot.
It's a horrible comparison.
Like, oh, it doesn't really, like, let's just say, for instance,
no league owner would ever tell you that. Only somebody that has nothing to do with the money involved.
let's just say
somebody that has nothing to do with the business would say that.
Let's just say Jag and Arsenal, I know, was straight to it, no promo. Let's just say it was a big card, right?
Yeah.
Or let's just say, maybe even for Max out, let's just say for some reason Hitman just didn't show up on some crazy thing and Ill Will is ready, and everybody's like, oh, Ill Will should still be paid because ARP was still able to do an event and still had 9 other battles and sell a pay-per-view. And that's why I say it's a horrible thing. So how do you feel, how do you, I guess, justify the fact that when someone misses a battle, they still are obligated to it? I try to tell people all the time that that's standard, but now that I'm talking to someone that actually does contracts, maybe you can explain what's the thought process going into all that.
There's so many answers to that and angles to that. One is RBE. Our customer service doesn't hide missing or canceled battles. Mm-hmm. We publicly announce them. That impacts me.
Right.
I could understand maybe if a league walks out on stage at 8 o'clock at night and says, yo, this battle ain't happening. Everybody that buys a pay-per-view probably has decided by spending that 50, 60, whatever dollars by that morning. You know what I'm saying? You decide to spend your money. And then if you find out during the course of the event, or if you think that just because a small tweet goes out that every fan sees that, no, some people find ways, some leagues purposely want to duck out and be quiet about things because they don't want to lose the anticipation for their card. RBE doesn't do that. So me simply getting out there and saying like, yo, this ain't happening, this is lost, this got fucked up, whatever, boom, 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 that's an impact to me. That's number one. Number two, no league owner is in the business of being a fucking bank. And when I say a bank, I mean as far as giving loans. I hate when battlers talk about that business, which is really indicative of giving a fucking loan. The deposit becomes a loan. What league owner is doing this to do loans?
Yeah.
Let me book this battle. Let me give you a deposit. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to give it back to me because whatever else is going on, you got a more lucrative offer or some shit like that. You want to give me back my deposit? I just loaned you the money. No, that deposit I gave you, right? If I know the game and if I book correctly, if I'm doing good business, that's also lucrative for me. That deposit is supposed to be times 2, times 3 of what comes back to me. So the same way a battler could say, hey, I was planning on picking up a $5,000 back end and now I'm not, that's fucked up. Maybe my calculations is that, okay, you're not battling on my card, that's gonna hit my pay-per-view, that's gonna hit my YouTube, I don't get that YouTube money, I don't get that VOD money, maybe I just lost 10% of my overall income. What about that number for me? I gotta calculate that the same way you calculate your loss, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. It's like whether people thinking that they're a fucking loan, whether you're calculating the fact that some people don't even announce their problems, and whether you're calculating the fact that you not being on the card is a loss for me as well. I think because the leagues have the reputation and the perception of being the finances, having the money, being the rich people, being the millionaires or whatever the case may be, people just think that we can just piss away money or lose money and it's okay. Because the perception of these battle rappers ain't that they're millionaires or ain't that they got it like that, or else they've been cut us out as the middlemen, right? They would have been doing the shit themselves. If they was able to go do 50, 100, 150, $200,000 in deposits and all that type of shit, they would just do it themselves. They should. Some of them tried. You know what I'm saying? They should continue to try, to be honest. I support that. But at the same time, it's just like, a loss is a loss. Don't fucking water down a loss because it happened to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect my money the same way you're gonna respect the battler's fucking money. You know what I mean? It's just weird to me. It's weird. And that's why I say, no, you're never gonna see somebody in my shoes say that. Never. And I feel like you're leading into the, unless you did already, the question of should the other battler return a deposit or not, or still get paid their back end or not.
Yeah.
So me and you has had that conversation before. And I feel like in many businesses, to be fair, that does happen. I'm here, I should be getting paid. Normally that's a very individualized scenario. You book Tekashi said, whether he was lying or not, when he got booked for that show and supposedly Jay Prince and them niggas was on stage and shut it down and all that type of shit, he's in an interview saying, I was there, but I was prevented from getting on stage, but I got my back end, right? It's an individualized situation. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, battle rap is so unreliable. There's so many weak links. There's so many, I got this type of offer, I got bullied off the card, I got coaxed off the card, I got offered off the card, I got sick, my dog ate my homework. We see that so rampant in the fucking culture. Only a stupid league owner is gonna have a contract designed to pay somebody despite the other person not showing up. My contracts have never been like that. My contracts didn't even have to evolve into that despite all the fuckery and sabotage and shit that I've been through. My very second card had that. When I lost Math Hoffa versus O-Red, I didn't pay O-Red his back end. That was my second card in 2014, Liquid Soul, part 1. O-Red asked me straight up, he tried me, shout out to O-Red. Like, yo, what's up, get my back end? I was like, nah. Did you read your contract? Nah. But we're gonna work that out. I'm not trying to play O-Red because O-Red's still gonna get his money, but I'm gonna now move it forward. And that's how you get O-Red versus Oops. You know what I'm saying? On the first Blood, Sweat, and Tears card. You know what I mean? So, only a stupid league owner is writing a contract saying that you still get your money no matter what after looking at the landscape. Look at what just happened to Trenches 1. Shout out to Danny Myers. Danny Myers my nigga. But Danny Myers has interviews saying that he was bullied off the card. Is that not what Danny is saying in his interviews?
Yeah, he said it.
So I'm supposed to be a league owner that's looking around and seeing the nature of our business and have contracts that say, you want to know what? No matter what, Rosenberg Row, if you walk into that building, you get your full back end. Are you kidding me? Not in battle rap. Can't do it in battle rap, unfucking fortunately. And that's one of the problems with our industry. our business is so low level, we can't crack through these fucking ceilings. And you wonder why we ain't creating no millionaires as battle rappers. People got to go away to get their money. They got to go to MTV Wildin' Out. They got to go to MEO. They got to do all this other shit to get their money. Why is that?
Chris, bias. Man, subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be a hater your whole life. Chris, bias.